Okay guys, so in this video we're going to talk about Aurora Cannabis and some breaking news that just launched. So if you guys saw my other video, you know how I mentioned how the New York Stock Exchange had eased its delisting rules because of the coronavirus and everything like that. Well, it turns out that Aurora Cannabis is planning a 1-for-12 reverse stock split. So let's get right into the article, guys. So this was posted on Market Watch. It says Aurora Cannabis plans 1-for-12 reverse stock split to enhance liquidity with the new at the market program. So it says Aurora Cannabis said Monday it's taking steps to improve liquidity and regain compliance with the New York Stock Exchange listing requirements after its stock traded below $30 for more than 30 days. So the company said its board has approved a 1-for-12 reverse stock split scheduled on or about May 11th. So Aurora Cannabis had $205 million in cash at the end of March, including all amounts raised in at the market offering program initially announced in May of 2019. So guys, what an at the market offering program is simply the company will be selling shares at whatever the market price currently is. So to bolster its balance sheet, the company is planning a renewed at the market program to raise an additional equity capital on top of the roughly $350 million that remains available under its outstanding shelf prospectus. The company intends to use portion of this available capacity to provide further balance sheet strength and preserve flexibility given macroeconomic uncertainty caused by the coronavirus. So, guys, what's going on here? Well, for you guys that own Aurora Cannabis stock like me, for every one share of Aurora Cannabis you have, your stake is going to be cut, basically divided by 12. So for example, if you guys hold around 100 shares, your stake is going to be reduced to about 8.5, 8.7 shares, give or take. So this is going to basically change the stock price. So if we take a look at the stock price right now, the shares are currently trading at around 77 cents. So guys, I'm just going to bust out my calculator and do some quick math here. Okay, so I got my calculator out here. So this is kind of a little bit harder to guesstimate exactly what the share price will be, assuming that it is going to be a 1-for-12 stock split right now. So I wanted to get my calculator out for this one. So all I have to do is simply multiply 77 cents times 12. So that means that if the share price remains the same on around in May when the reverse stock split occurs, the share price will readjust to $9.24. So one of the reasons they're doing this is simply because even though the New York Stock Exchange eased the delisting regulations until the end of June, it just looks like they want to just avoid this whole situation anyway, because the stock price has been trading under $1. It's been moving in, a little bit above $1 and below $1, but the stock price has had such a major sell-off that I just think they just want to move past this and basically fix their shares outstanding. So I'm going to also show you guys exactly how many shares we're going to go outstanding, because that's going to be a big change as well. Okay, so I'm on Yahoo Finance right now. I want to get an exact number so I can tell you guys exactly what the new shares outstanding will be. So currently we're sitting at 1.17 billion shares. So in order to figure out exactly what the new shares outstanding number will be, I just simply take my trusty calculator here. So you guys can see that. So okay, so now we're at 1.17 billion, and then we're going to simply divide that by 12. Okay, so it looks like the new shares outstanding will be around 97 million shares. So you see how that works, guys? We're basically taking the shares outstanding, and then we're basically dividing that by 12, and then we're taking the stock price and multiplying it by 12. So those are the new numbers right here. Now obviously there could be some short-term fluctuation in the stock price, but as of today that would put the share price at around $9 and around 97 million shares. So for me personally, guys, I'm going to tell you guys basically what I'm dealing with. So right now I own 650 shares. So my 650 shares will be reduced to about 54 shares. So whatever you guys, how many shares you guys own, you just simply divide that number by 12. So for example, if you got some of you guys out here have been reading, let's say you have 2,000 shares, then your holdings will be worth about 166. So now I want to talk about whether or not I think this is a positive sign. Well, obviously I don't like to see reverse stock splits because that means that the stock has been sold off and gone down in price so much that management is basically using a mathematical illusion to attract more investors into the stock price. But at the end of the day, your stake in the company does not change because we're just simply dividing everything by 12. So this is obviously a red flag. This is not what I wanted to see. I would have liked to see the stock price come up organically, but I guess it is kind of it's good because they could just get past the whole New York Stock Exchange compliance. But it's actually bad because now that the stock price is going to be trading at around $9, now it has even more room to run lower. So as of I'm recording this video, let's show you guys what the current market cap is. So currently at a market cap of 918 million, and the market cap has just been steadily decreasing over time. So now if the shares say let's say Aurora Cannabis stock, when it reverse splits, it goes from $9 to $5, well then even again. So this obviously isn't a good sign, but apparently that's what the company needs to do to get past this New York Stock Exchange delisting problem, and they're going to have to sell more shares to raise capital, which means our stake is going to be diluted. Okay, so are there any positive signs to this announcement? Well, the good sign is that Aurora Cannabis is not going out of business, and it looks like that their balance sheet is a little bit stronger than people anticipated. At the end of March, they had over 300 million in cash, and will be raising more cash with their at-the-market offering. So the good news is that it doesn't look like they're going out of business. I think that's what a lot of people were worried about, and I think the two biggest worries, basically whether they're going to get delisted and go out of business, both of those have been alleviated. So right now the company is basically in survival mode, trying to hold on and get past this. But guys, earnings are coming up in May, and it'll be really interesting to see if Aurora benefited from the explosion in cannabis sales in Canada during the whole coronavirus. A lot of people were stockpiling cannabis like crazy, and even though the government has closed down the retail stores in Canada temporarily, we should see, like I said, another explosion, burst in sales once they open back up, because cannabis and medicinal marijuana, these are two products that are consumed quite quickly by consumers, and they'll definitely be wanting to stock up once April 18th, assuming the Canadian government allows cannabis retailers to be considered as essential stores. So guys, that's about it to wrap this up. Like I said, you should see your new shares for Aurora Cannabis. I believe on the exact date is around May 11th. So what will simply happen is how many shares you hold on your brokerage account, they will automatically do that for you. So you will be getting basically one share for every 12 shares you hold. So guys, for me, it's fine. Obviously, I'm happy to see the company is not going bankrupt. That's basically going out of business. Those were basically the two things that I was the most worried about. I knew that they would eventually have to do a reverse stock split anyway. It was just inevitable, seeing as that how much the stock has been going down. So guys, that's going to wrap up the video for now. For me, I'm still holding on to Aurora Cannabis shares. I'm still a buyer as well. I'm thinking, next 5 to 10 years for cannabis stocks, and there's actually a few cannabis stocks I like. This is just one of them. So guys, I hope this clarifies everything up. Not the best news to hear, but at least they're not going out of business. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos on Aurora Cannabis and other cannabis stocks. I do own Aurora Cannabis shares myself, and I'll be posting more videos like this, so please subscribe to get those future updates on ACB stock. So that's it for now, guys. Until next time, take